Should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills?
I believe if men are claiming to be providers, and we know that means to take care of whoever's under you, that he should provide 100%. While we're doing this, this gives the woman time and space, not just to be great for the man, but also great for the children. And I want to use myself for example. I provide 100% for my woman. My son, he's only 5 years old, and he was tested 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. 2 days ago. He's only in kindergarten, but he tested at a 4th grade level. Why is that? Because I handle my responsibility, providing, and providing isn't just financial. Any man off the street can walk to a woman and give her money. Providing is elevating a woman mentally, elevating a woman spiritually, emotionally. This is what it means to provide for a woman. Not just, here's some money, run off with it. No. Let me elevate you. Let me bring you closer to your God. Let me set standards in your life. If your father gave you to me, you are my responsibility from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. I'm going to love everything about you, 100%. And if I can't do that, I'm not a man. I'm a male. And that's a difference.
Needs to be a man. It's a lot of women that's raising men to be feminine because they're in single parent households, right? How does that look? What does it look like when you get into a situation with a woman that has a child out of wedlock already, and then she still has to deal with the father? How do you deal with that? See, these are the questions that he can't answer for you, because the only thing he talks about is pandering. I'm talking about context. I'm talking about substance. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about praying together. I'm talking about building. You're supposed to get married when you're young because it prevents you from sinning and finding yourself with all of these bodies and these soul ties that ultimately carry with you for the rest of your life. And then you start to see every single man, and you can't take it out of your memory with the person that you wind up being with. Most women have skipped over the man that they're supposed to be with because they didn't have the guidance, because they didn't have the spirituality. They don't know the word of God. And so it's easy to just say, oh yeah, just provide 100%. What happens when life happens and you 22, 23, 24 years old and you get married? The economy messed everybody up. Everybody that thought that they had it, guess what? You got a plan, and then God has a plan. What happened to the character? Why you don't talk about character?
Hold on, and Anton,
why he don't talk about character? Because what I teach my daughter, I'm a reflection of the man that I would want my daughter to marry. I don't tell my daughter to go and look for a guy to provide for her. I tell my daughter to go and look for a guy that's believing in God, that has good character, that actually worships and looks for and focuses on his purpose, because everything else falls in line. The money is gonna come. We so busy chasing money. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. You don't have to chase money. You don't have to look to women to provide for them, because if you're naturally that, if you're raised up in the admonition of your father, which is what God has ordained for you to do, you don't have to worry about that. That's naturally in you. And so, yes, absolutely, she should be purposeful. And her purpose at that time could be raising the children, depending on if y'all got children. Her purpose at that time could be out there and bringing in resources, because
she feel like, okay, you know, but don't expect if you're a goddamn average at best guy and you done got this 8, 9, or 10 to sit there and go 50-50 with you on bills. That's not going to work, guys. That is not going to work. So all this is going to be in correlation to what your sexual market value is to hers. There has to be some compensation when you're going to deal with women who physically look better than you. It's just point blank period. That's just the way it is, guys. She looks better than you physically, and you're going to be with her, then you're going to have to close that gap financially. Call it whatever the fuck you want to, guys. You know what? You know, y'all guys want to know what the fuck out here. I'm finna go on a rant right now, but I got to speak on it. You know, I try not to rant on these things that much no more, but every now and then I just get pissed off when I come to something. For the life of me, can somebody please tell me, why the fuck do women accept the dynamics in the sexual market value place, but men don't? And what I mean by that is, why do y'all guys have a hard issue with accepting that women like providers? It pisses me off when y'all guys feel like you're being slighted as a man. Why do money gotta matter in here? Guys, stop fighting fucking nature. Please. It pisses me off. Please stop fighting fucking nature. Please stop hating women for their natural essence.
A big difference between the snow bunny and the African queen is the snow bunny will find a black man in progress. She will find him on the job. She will find him on the university. And that snow bunny will see a black man with potential and she will invest in him. She will help him level up. And then when the sister see him 5 years ago, 5 years later, he's a millionaire. And the sister say, look at that sellout. He went and got a white girl. But guess what? When he was looking for a sister to help him level up, to invest in him, none of them wanted it. You know why? Too many black women want a finished product. Black women have to, stay with me. Black women have to stop expecting men to be a finished product. It's harder on us. Help him level up. Stay with me. Help him level up and become what you need him to be. Because the big reason why these snow bunnies are running off with black men is they're meeting them when they have nothing, but they believe in their vision. And black women are waiting for him to cross the finish line. And by the time he crosses the finish line, the snow bunny done snatched him already.
Peace to all my gods and goddesses. And this is another episode of the MarcoJah monologue tapes. It's good to be back. I've been out of the loop for a while, just due to maybe having, I won't necessarily say money problems, but just my pockets have been kind of low. But and just started as well a new position at this new job I got. It's a decent company, and so that is a good thing. Your man is employed now. I want to appreciate as well the new subscribers that I gained, and I would say the last few of my videos, one of them got 1,000 views and the other two got a couple hundred. So I want to give appreciation for the people who have been listening. I know this is not the biggest YouTube channel in the world. I've been going at it for a year, but I'm getting the gist of it, and I want to say I love y'all and peace. Now, I'm not going to try to make this video too long. Y'all know I could be long-winded sometimes. I do this, with the Holy Spirit, like I say. I do want to get into writing notes, so these monologue tapes can be less time consuming and I can get to the points. But I always, before I start the tape, always, have an idea of what I'm talking about. But we'll start this. And this tape is called Money is Just as Important as it is just for women. And then in quotations is the 50-50 debate. Now, I see this topic online, especially on YouTube, a lot, about if a man should go 50-50 with a woman. It's a lot of men in this modern day era says they need a woman to help them with bills. Some men are all for the 50-50. And then there's some men as well who thinks a man should take care of all the bills and put a woman in her most feminine form. And I personally do want to talk to about money is just as important to men as it is women. But you date a lot of women now these days where money is the end all be all. It's it's the end all be all, really. And for me, man, I would say money is just as important. I say my last two relationships, money played a significant part, not of it ending, maybe the last relationship I had, but um, I will say my second to last relationship, I was with a woman, and I did build on that in my last one of my last videos of Beware of the Poisonous Woman, where I said my ex went through like $20,000 in like 5-6 months, and I was getting frustrated because she didn't want to work. She didn't want to help take care of this dog that I had, and she was just very selfish and only spent her money on herself. Not to say that she did anything nice to me, but I had to wind up leaving the relationship because she was being controlling, throwing me out of the house, wouldn't even let me have a house key. Just lost her mind because I started a relationship where she moved in with me, and then we moved to another city, and that's when she just totally like flipped the script on me, which I am going to get into that later. But I tell men to not move in with women or girls. Do not do it. Um, I'm living proof that I'm still going through it. But maybe I can expound on that a little more in detail a little later in the tape. But I left her. It played a factor. She was doing other things. And I was just say, hey, man, like, she's a threat to my survival. She lied about the rent being paid. And it was a whole lot of other stuff. And I was just like, I'm done. Then my last relationship, which was a year ago, I was like still recovering from my second to last ex-girlfriend putting me out, and I was still in a hard time, and I met this one girl, my last ex, and told her about my situation. Things moved fast. Just us getting into a relationship, which I see that I should have been more focused on getting myself together and thinking about being in a relationship. And then she urged me to live with her, asked me like 6 different times to live with her. And I finally gave in because I was comfortable. I was having sex every day. And you know how you are in the beginning of dating or the couple stage. You're in the what they call the honeymoon phase, where you're kissing all day, kissing, making love. It's just y'all just tearing each other apart in the bedroom. But when I moved in, I didn't feel right about it. And on top of that, like she lived with her dad. But I'll say at the beginning it was sweet, and it was nice. But I always noticed she just was always, talking about money, fascinated about money, always making sure I saved my money, which I was doing, always pocket watching me, which is like a pet peeve I don't like females do. And it was a situation where She was getting money and pills from some guy that she'd been knowing for a while. I found out later. It put two and two together. They used to sleep with each other. But she was like, hey, that's just my friend. We don't mess around. I told her that I'm not comfortable with that. And the guy was very disrespectful. I can go more in this story, but I'm not. And hard times kind of fell. I'll say maybe 6 to 7 months in a relationship. Hard times came. I was taking care of her when she was in the hospital. That's when I started my new job during that time. And we wasn't getting as long. And I was like skating on thin ice with the job I had. We wasn't getting along. I was helping her take care of 2 dogs. And she wound up going to the hospital. So it was very hard for me. And we was eating out every day. She did not cook worth a lick. And we was just getting into it. And the moment that once hard times came and things got thick, she was already checking herself out a relationship, talking to that guy behind my back, which she was harassing me on Facebook. And she was like on a frequent, constant basis threatening to break up with me because she was mad over some money. The relationship wound up not working out, and it was a train wreck. She turned into my enemy, and we was beefing really hard. First, we would sometimes make up, and then we'll go back to beefing. So it was a train wreck. I don't want to get too much detail in it, but the main cause was just her having inappropriate relationships, talking to men that she used to sleep with, and really money. And you'd be surprised how money, they say, is the root of all evil. It's the main cause of breakups and divorce. It's the main cause of why friends and family separate and be on bad terms. But you'll be surprised. Sometimes people think it's cheating, it's infidelity, but majority, a lot of the times, is money and people just not being on the same page. Now, I don't think it's nothing wrong with a woman wanting a provider, wanting a man that has his stuff together. But then it's just women out here, a lot of women, especially in the Western world, they won't give you a time of day. If you don't make a certain amount of money or not driving a vehicle that's not nice enough to them. And these are the women that you have to beware, because once the chips are down, once shit gets thick, they're out the door. And by probably in the next 2 to 4 weeks, they already have somebody over the house already having sex. Not to say that's exactly what I went through, but it happens. But I feel like women shouldn't just want a man just for money and that's it. I think a woman should look for a man that is a leader, that not just has potential, but is a leader, someone who can lead her and guide her. It says in the scriptures that women are supposed to be a helpmate for you. But in my past and what I see other people went through is women that will you be in a relationship with a woman and she just thinks it's just all about her and don't even want to help you get to where y'all both are trying to go, or putting y'all money together, or making the right decisions, or coming up with a budget. Is just, my money is my money and your money is your money. So, and I just think women, and they call themselves gold diggers, or other people call themselves call them gold diggers. And it'd be them funny videos online, them pranks, or those gold digger pranks, which are funny. I'll just tell women like that, which, like, if you just want a man for money, don't get mad when a man just wants you for sex. You know, even though you want to be taken seriously or seen as a person who just has more than sex to offer, if you just expect money from a man and nothing else, just expect a man to just be there for you, or you take. Don't be mad when a man just want to have sex with you. Now, I'll say money is important to men. Now, I'd say to women, if you're with a man, I don't think it's nothing wrong of getting with a man that doesn't, quote unquote, have all his stuff together, or is not financially where he wants to be. But I think a woman should leave a man when he puts your survival at risk, or if he's maybe have substance or drinking problems, or maybe he's abusing you, or puts your survival in danger and dangerous, and putting you in danger, and you just know in your heart of heart he's not good for you, and he's not a leader, then hey, I don't think it's no problem. But to me, man, I remember when people used to get married when they was like 19, 20, 21, and they used to come, like, a new husband and a new wife would come together and work, come together, and women were actually helpmates, and the man and the wife used to come together and help each other go against all odds against this world. But now I just think women now these days are they just want you when you're at the finish line. They want you when you went through all the pain, when you went through all the rejection, when you went through all of what you went through. They want to be with you while you already have it, which like Kevin Samuels says, it's only like 15-20% of men are making six figures. But I think that's what the problem is I think women are being led in the wrong way. Led in the wrong way. I really do. I really do. But I just remember when women and men came together in marriage, got married young, and a woman was an actual helpmate. But now we're just in a society where, especially in the Western world, where we don't hold our women accountable, where we tell our women that, hey, the relationship is all about them and their happiness. There's no accountability, and I just feel like it's going to be a lot of lonely men and women in the future. Now, same thing applies for a man. If a woman is just not good for you, endangering you, risking your freedom, your shelter, the way you get your money, causing unnecessary drama and chaos in your life, then it's best to leave her. Or just a woman who is, not good for you, don't got no type of drive or purpose. But now, as a man, especially me being in my early 30s now, I just accept that women like providers, like AMS says. I accept that, hey, if I want a top tier or a good woman, it's best to have my stuff together. Them days of finding a woman that's loyal to you, finding a woman who can be a helpmate to you, finding a woman that you can build with, I think it's over. And I just think that, men should be very, very, very careful. And women too, but especially men, because these women are not playing. And as soon as as soon as the chips are down, they're going to leave you high and dry. A lot of these women out here don't got no love, no loyalty, or don't want to be a helpmate. They just think relationship is about them, and they want to take. They want you to get it, but they don't want to help you and build, which God says that, or the scripture said that woman's supposed to be a helpmate. It's nothing in the Bible or in the Quran that tells the man that, hey, you need to pay for everything, or the scriptures don't tell women to just try to get with men just for their money. The scriptures tell women to get with a man that can lead them. And being a leader is more than what you got in your pocket. Because say if I had money, a relationship, could be a chance that the money goes away, or I might lose a job, or I might have to move and can't have the same income that I used to have. But me personally, I don't think the 50-50 relationship is really for me. Excuse me. I don't think it's for me. I would personally, and I know it kind of contradicts slightly of what I'm saying, but I would rather have a housewife, or have the option if my wife wants to work, then I'll give her the option. But I would just rather have a housewife. Just like AMS says, I think most men, we really want like a 70-30 or an 80-20 type of relationship, where we take care of majority of the bills, but not all of the bills. But I think the situation is circumstantial. Now, if you're a young guy in your 20s and you're married, and I feel like a woman should be there with you, should guide you, not guide you, but be there, be your helpmate. Now, if you're maybe like around my age in the early 30s, I feel like it's best to get your stuff together first. You can date, but just be careful, because it's some real manipulative, nasty women out here that will ruin your life, man. So that's what I would have to say. But me, I would rather I don't think the 50-50 relationship is for me. I'd rather, if I could, take care of all the bills, or the majority of the bills, me personally. Think I got everything that I wanted to say. I just want to tell men that just to be careful, and especially what women you deal with, Sometimes you have to test women just like how they test us. And you have to just be careful because people now these days, and especially women, they're unaccountable. They think the relationship is all about them and their happiness, and they don't want to offer anything. They just expect you to already have it, which is unrealistic. Like me personally, if it had to come, say if something happened and I got sick or if I just lost my job, it would be nice to have a woman to still be loyal and down. But you gotta remember too that us men, that's what we face when the chips are down. You'll see who is there for you. But I just feel I just miss with that type of love and women being helpmates. I just miss how men and women used to be, and this world now is just so superficial and scary. So be careful, men, and as well, women. I want to say peace to all my gods and goddesses and all righteous families of the earth. And I'll see y'all on another episode of the MarcoJah Monologue Tapes. Peace.